What is going on, my Frosty friends? My name is Wintercasice, and welcome back to Frosty Book Review. Still a working title. But anyways, thank you guys for watching my last book review video, and I hope you're excited for this next one, because this is a book book series I started reading last year. It is called The Throne of Glass series, and it's by Sarah Moss. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Please don't get mad if I'm not. But anyways, like last video, I'm going to go ahead and read the back, and I hope I'm pronouncing everything right. Some of the names are a little bit different than I'm used to. Even when I was reading it myself, I was having a few issues reading it, because like when it comes to names that are a little longer, or the letters don't quite make sense together, I typically just kind of shorten them in a way that I can understand. So hopefully you guys do. I hope you guys understand. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to read this real quick. Two men love her. The only land... The only land... I apparently can't read. I apologize. The whole land fears her. Only she can save them all. In a world without magic, an assassin is summoned to the castle. An assassin is summoned to the castle. That's terrifying. She comes not to kill the vicious king who rules from his throne of glass, but to win her freedom. If she defeats 23 killers, thieves, and warriors in a competition, she will be released from prison to serve as the king's champion. Her name is Selena Sardothian. I know. It's crazy. The crown prince will provoke her. The captain of the guard will protect her. And a princess from a faraway land will befriend her. But something evil dwells in the castle, and it's there to kill. When her competitors start dying one by one, Selena's fight for freedom becomes a fight for survival, and a desperate quest to root out the evil before it destroys her world. Okay, so I actually just read this book last year, and I was so enthralled by it that I cannot tell you how long it took me to read it. Pretty much a week. I was just knocking chapters down because it strikes some of my personal favorite things. Obviously, as you guys know, because from my last review, I'm a personal fan of medieval stuff, and this book is, like the last one, is a little bit more medieval. There isn't any guns or any major nowadays weapons, which I once again find not as entertaining. This has to do more with sword play, weapon play, of those kinds in the medieval fashion. It dwells a little bit on magic and a lot of forbidden stuff, which is really cool. The thing is, it follows four main characters, which again, Selena. I hope this is how you spell I hope this is a way that you spell it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna put it right here so you guys can see. But I call it Selena, I just don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Hopefully you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I apologize if I am wrong. But it follows her, who is an assassin, who is brought into a competition to be the king's champion by his son, by the king's son, Crowned Prince Dorian, who is kind of a douche, but I kind of like him for being a douche. But then, of course, she can't be free to walk around on her own. She has to be escorted, and she's escorted by the captain of the guards, which is Keol. Again, I hope that's how you pronounce that. I'm putting some of these names right here so you guys can see why I'm confused. Again, I believe I'm pronouncing these right, but forgive me if I'm not. But anyways, yeah, so Keol, the captain of the guard, has to be the one to watch her. And the fact that there's a whole bunch of murders going on at the same time brings a lot of things into question, especially with her not being the only assassin involved in this competition. It's a competition filled with warriors, assassins, killers, murderers. It's a great book. Basically, without giving away any spoilers, which I have not given out any spoilers yet, because these are all things you learn in the first three chapters of the first three chapters of the book. But basically, the whole book is basically about Selena trying to win the competition to win her freedom. Because if she loses, she'll either die or she'll go back to the prison that she was being held in. where she will die. Not right away. It'd be a slow, painful death, because it's a work labor. It's a work labor prison, and there's like no real regulations on it, which is. I'm all for punishment for people who actually commit bad crimes, and it's not like she's innocent, but torture is torture. If it's not to get information that could save millions of people, then it's just not worth it. And it's incredibly cruel. I'm not a supporter of that at all. And the fact that, but the book, it's so compelling because you actually feel strong emotions for this character. The author, which you guys can see at the top here, Sarah Moss, does an amazing job. Does an amazing job. I thought that was a sticker on there, but it's not. It's part of. I thought this was a sticker for a second. It's not. That's part of the cover. But anyways, you actually feel for this character who, even though she's a killer, she still has a very strong heart, and she actually cares about the people, and she actually hates the kingdom and the noble families because of how ridiculously selfish they are. Funny how monarchy and today's democracy is one and the same. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but you know what? Not doing this for money, I'm doing this for fun and to spread my own opinion. So, And don't get on your high horse. I'm neither Republican nor Democratic. I think both parties have a lot of things to work on. But anyways, back to the book. In itself, there's a lot of adventures that I have to go through. Selena has to go through a lot of personal trials of her own character as she goes through this just harrowing quest to get to the end of this competition to become the king's champion. And as far as the two men who love her, I think you guys know exactly who those two men are. And the thing is, it's very interesting because neither one of them can actually come forward to announce their feelings in fear of backlash from the people around them, especially the noble families and the king himself, who is not a big fan of having Selena even in the competition. But and which, by the way, further proves on the point that I don't care what kind of book genre it is, as long as it's good writing. That's all I care about. If you guys have any book suggestions, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would gladly read some more books. But anyways, I've rambled on a lot, and I could ramble on more. I could go over every little piece in detail of this, but I don't want to do any spoilers. All I could say really is that if you're a fan of adventure, a fan of combat, a fan of heavy thinking, magic, medieval times, and love, because there's okay. One thing I will tell you guys is there are a couple of scenes that are a little strong. I wouldn't say they're like super sexual. I will just say that they're a little strong. A lot of passion behind them, but nothing's like super sexual. Just letting you guys know that, ladies, it's all good. It doesn't go that far. And guys, there's no pictures, so I apologize. You know, you're gonna have to deal. But anyways, I do highly recommend this book. If I had to give this book a rating, I'd probably give this book either a 4 to 4.5. I would give it a 5 like I did Ranger's Apprentice. But the thing is, I love Ranger's Apprentice, and I've read it 20 times, and I'm still reading this series, and I'm enjoying every second of it because it's really good. I highly recommend The Throne of Glass, which is the first book of the series. More look so you guys can see, by Sarah Moss. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, especially the last name, because it's double A's, and you never know with English pronunciation. But thank you guys so much for watching this review. If you guys have any comments you want to leave for me, please let me know in the comment section down below, or you can tweet at me at Wintercasice on Twitter. You can see it right here. If you have any other book suggestions for me to read, or maybe if I've read it before, we can kind of start a chat on that. That would be pretty freaking cool. You could also leave that in the comment section down below, or you could tweet at me at Wintercasice on Twitter. Still right there. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you press down on that like button like there's no tomorrow. And hopefully, guys, I can see every single one of you in the next video. So make sure you take care and you stay frosty.